Despite repeated failures in establishing himself, he never gave up on his dreams. Today, his name is known far and wide, and his iconic grandfather-like face graces our television screens. We can still vividly remember him while savoring his finger-licking tasty chicken. So my friends, pause for a moment and reflect upon the legacy Colonel Sanders has left behind. The quote, "I feed truck drivers, millionaires, all at the same table," is attributed to Colonel Sanders, the founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Colonel Harland Sanders was a successful entrepreneur who revolutionized the fast food industry with his iconic fried chicken. Sanders' statement reflects his belief in breaking down societal barriers and creating a welcoming environment for everyone. His aim was to emphasize that at KFC, people with varying backgrounds could bond, enjoy good food, and create memorable experiences. KFC is undoubtedly a well-known brand, and many people are familiar with the remarkable success story of its founder, Colonel Sanders. However, amidst the triumphs and achievements, it's essential to recognize the setbacks and stumbling blocks that Colonel Sanders encountered along his path to success. He experienced multiple business failures, financial struggles, and personal setbacks that would have deterred a less determined individual. That's why he said, "One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better." Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC, faced numerous struggles and setbacks during his early years that shaped the resilient and determined individual he became. Let's connect the story and highlight the challenges he encountered. Born in 1890 in Henryville, Indiana, Sanders had an early taste of responsibility when his father passed away when he was just 6 years old. His mother found employment at a tomato cannery, leaving young Harland responsible for his two siblings. As the oldest sibling, he took on the role of caretaker and cook for his family, displaying his resilience from a young age. As a young boy, Sanders had to quickly learn the basics of cooking to ensure that his family had meals to eat. This involved tasks such as preparing simple dishes, managing ingredients, and handling the cooking process. These experiences sparked his interest in the culinary arts and laid the foundation for his later ventures. Following his father's death, the family faced financial changes. With limited resources, Sanders had to find creative ways to make ends meet. This likely involved resourceful solutions such as growing their own food, making use of local resources, and budgeting wisely. Despite his responsibilities at home, Sanders also found time to attend school. However, due to the demands of supporting his family, he eventually dropped out in the 7th grade to seek employment and contribute to the household income. These early struggles molded Sanders into a resilient and determined individual. At the age of 16, Sanders faked his age to enlist in the United States Army, demonstrating his determination to forge his own path. He served as a Wagner, specifically at Teamster, and was stationed in Cuba, where he played a role in the Cuban pacification. For his service, he was awarded the Cuban Pacification Medal from Army. Sanders received an honorable discharge from the Army in February 1907. Following his military service, Sanders relocated to Sheffield, Alabama, where his uncle resided. Sanders' uncle, who was an employee of the Southern Railway, assisted him in securing a job as a blacksmith helper in the railway workshops. After a couple of months, Sanders transitioned to Jasper, Alabama, where he found employment as a cleaner responsible for cleaning out the ash pans of trains operated by the Northern Alabama Road. This was a division of the Southern Railway. This role involved cleaning the ash residue after the trains completed their journeys. It was during this time that his fiery spirit and strong-willed nature became evident. Unfortunately, a heated altercation with a co-worker resulted in his dismissal from the job. Despite setbacks, Sanders pursued higher education and studied law while working at the railway. After engaging in a courtroom brawl with his own client, Colonel Sanders' legal career came to a halt. leading to a significant damage to his reputation. Undeterred, he returned home and took up a job selling life insurance, only to be fired again due to insubordination. These repeated setbacks could have discouraged many, but Sanders forged ahead. In 1920, Sanders founded a ferry boat company, showing his entrepreneurial drive. However, when he attempted to sell the business to embark on a lamp manufacturing venture, he discovered that a superior version of his lamp was already on the market. It seemed like luck was not on his side, testing his resolve once more. Though all these challenges, Sanders never gave up. While Colonel Sanders did take on the role of cooking for his family at a young age after his father's passing, his first formal foray into cooking as a profession began later in his life. Let's delve into more details about his culinary journey. After experiencing various setbacks in his career and entrepreneurial ventures, Sanders found himself running a small motel and restaurant in Corbin, Kentucky. It was during this time, in his 40s, that he started to develop his famous recipe for fried chicken. Sanders' cooking skills and passion for creating mouth-watering dishes became evident as he experimented with different combinations of herb and spices to enhance the flavor of his chicken. He perfected his recipe, which consisted of a blend of 11 herbs and spices, creating the unique taste that would later become synonymous with KFC. His motel and restaurant became known for its delicious fried chicken, attracting customers from far and wide. The popularity of his culinary creation grew rapidly, leading to the establishment of the first Kentucky Fried Chicken franchisee in 1952. In 1952, Sanders entered into a franchisee agreement with Pete Harmon, a Salt Lake City restaurateur. This marked the official establishment of the first Kentucky Fried Chicken franchisee. Even after finding success, Sanders encountered further setbacks at the age of 65. Sanders faced a major challenge when a new Interstate 75 highway was built near his restaurant, causing a diversion of traffic. This had a significant negative impact on his business, leading to a decline in customer footfall and revenue. Left with limited savings and monthly Social Security income, Sanders took a bold decision. Colonel Sanders sold his company to a group of investors led by John Brown Jr. and Jack C. Massey. Despite the sale, Sanders remained involved with KFC as the brand's ambassador, continuing to appear in advertisements and promoting the company's values. This decision to sell KFC was motivated by Sanders' desire to find a partner who shared his commitment to excellence and could provide the necessary resources for expansion. He wanted to ensure that his finger-licking good chicken would continue to reach more people without compromising on taste and quality. He traveled across the US, visiting restaurants and offering to cook his chicken. Initially, he had to put in a lot of effort to convince potential franchisees, but eventually the approach became highly successful. Sanders faced numerous rejections along the way, experiencing over 1,000 rejections before securing his first franchisee. Sanders opened a new restaurant and a company headquarters in Shelbyville in 1959. Sanders obtained a patent for his method of pressure frying chicken in 1962 and trademarked the famous phrase, "It's finger-licking good," in 1963. His relentless dedication and perseverance transformed KFC into a global success story, with outlets opening in countries like Canada, the UK, Australia, Mexico, and Jamaica by the mid-1960s. His charismatic personality and genuine love for his product resonated with people everywhere. His appearances in commercials and advertisements helped solidify KFC's position as a global fast food phenomenon. It is important to note that Sanders' cooking skills were honed through years of practice and experimentation. His relentless pursuit of culinary excellence and his ability to create a distinctive flavor set him apart from others in the industry. Harland Sanders was named as colonel later in his life, and it was an honorary title. The title colonel is not connected to any military rank or service, but was given to him by the state of Kentucky in recognition of his contributions to the state's cuisine and his work in the community. The specific timing of when Sanders was bestowed with the honorary title is unclear. However, it is known that the Kentucky governor at the time, Ruby LaFoon, awarded him with the prestigious title of colonel in the 1930s. The title became closely associated with Sanders and became an integral part of his brand identity for Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's worth nothing that Sanders embraced the title and incorporated it into his public persona. He often dressed in a distinctive white suit, donning a black string tie and tie-pin with the colonel emblem, further solidifying his identification as Colonel Sanders. Sanders' title as colonel played a significant role in establishing his image as a respected figure in the culinary world, with title became closely associated with Sanders and became an integral part of his brand identity for Kentucky Fried Chicken. The tenacity displayed by Colonel Sanders during his early years was a testament to his character. Time and time again he stumbled, but he always found the strength to rise and try something new. Despite repeated failures in establishing himself, he never gave up on his dreams. Today, his name is known far and wide, and his iconic grandfather-like face graces our television screens. We can still vividly remember him while savoring his finger-licking tasty chicken. So my friends, pause for a moment and reflect upon the legacy Colonel Sanders has left behind. Don't you aspire to be remembered in a similar way? Learn from his example and embrace the lessons he has taught us. Each failure is merely an opportunity to learn, grow, and refine your approach. While others may have abandoned their dreams after a single setback, Sanders remained resolute, continuing his journey until he reached the pinnacle of success. So if you desire a legacy that will endure, take a page from Colonel Sanders' book, Transform Failures into Opportunities. You too can create a lasting impact on the world.